live streaming, and I will start the recording now.
Nobody in the parking lot either.
Calling to order the January 15th, 2020.
Forgot about that. Now we're good. Okay.
Calling to order the January 15th, 2026 meeting of the Historic Resources Commission here in 111 North Front Street in room 204. It is now 4:02 p.m. The next business meeting of the commission will be Thursday, February 5th, 2026 at noon in room 205. And the next hearing of the commission will be Thursday, February 20th, 2026 at 4 p.m. here also in room 204, 111 North Front Street. If you could raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth in your testimony before the commission this evening?
Yes, I do. Morgan Graff.
Thank you, Morgan. And introduction of the commissioners here present this evening, starting on my far right.
Hi, Megha Sinha, Cynthia Hunt.
Clyde Henry. Stuart Gibney.
Joseph McCabe.
Matt Leisure.
Melva Williams Argyle.
We welcome our new commissioner this evening to this.
Thank
This
you,
your
Bill.
first?
The very first one.
Okay, great.
Sure.
Welcome this evening. Are there any items for public forum this evening?
No, there are no items for public forum this evening.
Having none, is there, we can move on to approval of the staff approvals.
I have a question, I'm sorry.
Yes, of course.
For the call to order, the Thursday, the February 20th, I think Thursday, it's February 19th.
You are correct. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you for noting that, Commissioner. So then correcting our call to order and adjusting that the next hearing will be Thursday, February 19th. Thank you for
Thank you
noting
very
that.
much.
You're welcome.
Moving on to approval of the staff approvals.
So move.
There's a motion.
Second.
Is there a second? Having a second with Stuart. Is there any further discussion on staff approvals? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion passes. On to approval of the minutes from the last meeting, which was December 18th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Having a motion and a second by Cynthia. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion passes. On to certificates of appropriateness this evening, and acknowledging that we don't have any applicants in the room at this moment. What I would like to do is to walk through them and see if we can make any decisions based on not having the applicant here.
Yes.
And we'll take them case by case for the couple cases we have.
We can also, we do have someone who just walked in the room and see.
Jump around too onto there. What application might you be here for this evening?
Oh, perfect.
Perfect timing because we're right onto your case
Yeah.
right now. If you want to come on up. Great.
It's not me, it's, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Well, on behalf of pharmacist,
So we should wait for him?
yeah, she just went to the restroom.
Okay.
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 I'll wait for her.
I was gonna say, I can start reading the report, the staff report, if you would like.
Great.
And then, we can swear you in after.
Okay.
All right. So this is COA 25-01303, 1063 Bryden Road. This is removal of existing deteriorated fence and installation of new 6-foot wood privacy fence per submitted materials. Fence is installed with horizontal pickets with lattice detailing above. Applications in response to a code violation, since the previous dog-eared fencing on the property was removed prior to issuance of a certificate. HPO staff notes that the present fence is not supported style for wood privacy fence per guidelines, which is currently a vertical picket style, board on board with dog-eared, flat top, or top and bottom rail. We also have noticed that there has been a change in height from the previously installed fencing to what is currently there. At the December business meeting, the commissioners asked applicant to clarify the current height of the installed fence. If the fence is 6 foot, they would be fine with the height, but if it were taller, they would need to provide reasoning for the selected height, since anything above 6 feet would require a permit. They asked applicant to provide a photo of the fence with the measuring tape to show the existing height. They have asked if there was a grade change or is it a consistent height all around the property. Application was continued at the December hearing just due to applicant's absence, so that's why they're on the January agenda. We recommend to approve application. It's 25-01303, 1340 Bryden Road, to be submitted with the following conditions. For applicant to install vertical pickets in lieu of the horizontal, or for applicant to remove the lattice portion of the present fencing and maintain the horizontal style, and also for the fence to be painted, stained, or clear coated applied after a year of installation. Coding product information to be submitted to HBO staff for final review and approval. Basis of staff rec is fences, page 76 of the Columbus Register of Historic Properties Architectural Guidelines. And that is all from our end. Yep.
Ma'am, you said 1340.
1063. Oh, I did in my recommendation. It should be 1063, so I do apologize about that.
And we will swear you in once
Let me go check on her.
If you'd like.
Oh,
that'd be great.
where's the restroom?
If you're
Is it
right.
just around that corner?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, one
Thank you. Yep.
Took it at the gym. Oh, yeah.
Good evening. If I have you both raise your right hands before you sit down. Do you each swear to tell the truth in your testimony before the commission this evening?
Yes,
Yes.
If you could each state your full name and association with the property for record.
Bianca Payne, I'm the owner.
Okay,
Christy Brown, property manager.
okay, wonderful. And then just, we've gone over the particulars before you entered the room. We've, obviously, the commissioners have started to look at the case file on it. But are you familiar with the staff's recommendation on how to proceed this evening, or are you, okay?
I
So
can read
if
it
you
here.
could just repeat your recommendation of staff, that would be great, in your analysis of it.
Of course, Commissioner McCabe.
Benefit here.
Yes, so we do have two options for approval with conditions. It would be to either install vertical pickets instead of the horizontal, since that's typically not a style within the neighborhood, or just to remove the lattice portion on top of the fencing, and also for the fence to be painted, stained, or clear coated, and that final detail to be submitted to us for final approval.
And so, obviously, we're apprised that, an improvement was made or permit or certificate of appropriateness didn't get awarded. You're here though, which is great. So what we would like to do is just hear for anything you would like to add to your case before we have our own discussion or ask you some questions.
Okay, so I purchased the home, I think it's going on 4 years now.
Mhm.
I don't live in the state, I live in North Carolina. So, the home had a fence and the fence fell down.
Mhm.
So I just replaced the fence, not knowing that, we need to do a particular thing for the fence. And I think you guys were sending letters, or someone, the code enforcement was sending letters, but they were giving them to the tenants, not to me. So they were never getting to me until recently.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there one path over another you would prefer as applicant? So we are technically, we can't tell you what you would like us to do. We can
Right.
rule on your existing fence that you have as is. You can suggest what you would like to do. We can work in, we like to work with an applicant when you have an idea of how you'd like to proceed or modify.
Has it been clarified how
Right.
high this current fence
The
is?
easiest thing to do.
That's a good
I
question.
think that what the easiest thing for us to do is going to be to remove the lattice and just stain it.
There you go.
But sidebar, and I think I emailed this to someone here as well. The house had a large fire
Mhm.
just in November. So I don't know if that fence is even still going to be there at the end of this when we have it renovated. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, by the way, I did hear about that fire. That was a pretty significant fire,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
mhm.
Which part of the
We
fence
have not
is-
heard about it yet.
Okay.
So if you want to email the hrc@columbus.gov email, just to notify us.
Okay, I did email them, let them know, like, did they want to roll that all into one? Because code enforcement, and then I think that they probably notified you guys on that as well, because the building's deemed unsafe right now.
I'm not.
But I know we're gonna have to remove part of the fence to be able to bring in equipment to fix the home, so.
Okay, we'll look back in our emails, but I don't recall. I am the person who
Yeah.
oversees the email, so I'll look again, but I don't recall receiving one.
I was gonna say, what we could do though is we could also,
Move it on.
we can make a motion to continue.
Mhm.
And then when you come back with all of your modifications that you may have to do to address issues with the house, with fire repairs, et cetera, you can roll it all into one approval if you want,
Yes,
which will give you some time as well.
yes, I would prefer that.
Okay.
But I do know that they're speaking 6 to 8 months for the repairs.
Yes.
I have a question. If there's a restoration company that's involved, are they able to bring these
You
It
can,
should
you
be-
can, you can have an architect or a contractor represent you
Mhm.
at this commission as well with the plans when those are ready. Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing, you can appoint anybody just with proof that you've appointed them to be a
Yes.
representative.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, so anyone who could represent the case.
okay.
I mean, in that note of 6 months, we can make a note to code enforcement that you have been in touch with us, and that is the plan at this time. I'm not sure what they'll do on their end, just because they're a different department, but we can let them know, of course, that has been the,
Code enforcement will know because this was a little bit of
yes,
a larger fire.
yes. Just more about the fence code
Right.
violation, I guess now, Commissioner
Code
McCabe,
enforcement
but
and I have spoken directly, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was just more about this code, the
particular-
fence specifically,
Right.
just so that's not penalizing you for anything else or anything in the future. Mhm.
And I think we do need to clarify the height of the existing fence if it were to remain, right?
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
We have to do what?
so the limit on our
Mhm.
guidelines is 6 feet for the height. So we're not sure how tall that new fence is. So
Okay.
that's another
Yeah,
thing to
I
potentially.
believe when I measured it, it was 6 feet with the lattice. I mean,
Okay,
after,
okay.
the lattice is an additional,
Mhm.
I believe.
Okay.
So.
So to the
roof-
bottom of the lattice is 6 feet. Okay.
So in that case, you just remove the lattice and the
Mhm.
top of the posts
Right.
that extend beyond that.
Come down, yeah.
Okay, and then staying it.
But
Mhm.
I'd like to make a motion for COA 2501303 to continue to the February commission meeting, February 19th.
Second.
So having a motion in a second, so we will continue it month by month as
Mm.
long as we basically hear that you're still interacting with staff. So
Okay,
just keep in touch with staff with your timelines on anything.
Okay.
That'll always keep us moving in the right direction so that we don't have to just remove it from the agenda. We can just keep it going down the road.
gotcha.
Just
Okay.
communicate with staff. It's all really about.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll probably loop the mitigation company rep into it.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine as well, of course.
As you look at somebody to help you with the house, make sure they are aware of the guidelines.
So I chose a mitigation company
Uh-huh.
that specifically knew the guidelines and had worked with you guys before
Okay.
and have done other restorations of homes on Brighton.
Just
So,
make your life
yeah.
much easier.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's, I came, I interviewed people like, you have to know how to
Good job.
navigate this.
Yeah.
Okay. Having a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Sir, which property are you here for this evening?
It's number 3 on the agenda.
Okay, nope, that's all right. Let's then jump down to number 3 since we don't have an applicant here for number 2.
Mhm.
So why don't you come on forward? And if you could raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth in your testimony before the commission this evening.
I do.
If you could state your full name and association with the property for record.
I'm Charles Eric Price. I'm the owner of
Okay.
the property with my wife, Christy.
Wonderful. Have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
Great. So proposed work description is to replace existing original 15 double hung windows with new Marvin Ultimate Next Generation 2 aluminum clad wood exterior, wood interior from the approved windows list. Exterior aluminum cladding to be stone white. HPO staff conducted a site visit of the existing windows on December 11th. The current windows are a combination of 8/8 and 6/6 with zinc jam lining and flashing and operated on a sash tape balance system, which are mounted on the top rail of the window jamb. The 8/8 windows have a balance system on either side, while the smaller 6/6 windows only have one installed. The sash tape balance system can be traced back to the late Victorian era, but did not reach popularity until the building boom following World War II. The property was built in 1941, which placed the house within that era of popular building material use. With the size and weight of the 6/6 window sashes, they may have not needed a secondary mechanical system to operate at the time. Unfortunately, without having that balanced counterweight, this causes the upper sash to shift and not fully close, which affects 3 windows on the property. This can potentially be addressed with the installation of additional balance weight in that area. As can be seen from the photos, some of the sash tape systems are broken and unable to operate current window systems. Though a unique system, they are still being manufactured and can be repaired or replaced. Overall, the windows are in good condition with minor wood repairs that are needed for broken muttons and parting beads, which appears to have been caused by the placement of the sash locks when in operation. Some of the zinc lining on the window is seen to be compressed or kinked, which is causing issues in the operation. These elements are fastened and can be removed for repair. Staff recommends commission continue application, COA 25-01129, for 87 West Jeffrey to allow applicant time to look into repairing the original windows for the property. Basis of staff rec is 3116 standards for alteration. Columbus Register of Historic Properties Architectural Guidelines, windows, page 52 through 55, and the amendments to City of Columbus Architectural Review Commission Guidelines, window replacements, pages 4 through 5. Thank you.
Thank you. What would the applicant like to add?
Excuse me?
What would you like to add?
Oh, well, if I understand correctly, the suggestion is that we try to repair them.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's obviously not the answer I was hoping for tonight. I mean, we can certainly investigate that. I mean, they're pretty beat up, both internally on the frames, and there's a lot of woodwork damage. But if this is the necessary course of action, that's what we'll do. I guess I would need to understand I mean, I was expecting hopefully to get approval tonight to replace them. Obviously, that's not going to be my next step. So what do I need to do right now to satisfy the HRC's path forward on this? Because ultimately, I do think the windows are not in great shape. I kind of disagree with the assessment, but I respect the assessment. So I mean, I would like to get this resolved. So how do I proceed?
So we would generally say to you is we would encourage you to work with a window restoration specialist.
And-
There are people out there. We cannot officially recommend somebody for you or who you to go to, though.
They
staff-
exist in the city of Columbus, so?
Yep.
Okay.
We should be able to give you names of people that have done fairly reputable work. We, again, just a disclaimer, we can't warranty, we can't suggest you go with any one person, but we do have names of people who do.
And who
this
have
kind of-
applied in the past and
Yeah,
been approved
yeah.
and things of that
And
nature.
have fulfilled these kinds of obligations. They'll come out, they'll look at the windows, talk about elements that may need to be rebuilt, replaced, et cetera, pieces, parts, hardware, those kinds of things.
Okay.
If there's anything contrary and you want to come back at a later date with your own analysis, window analysis, separate from staff, we are a commission. We do have our voting voice here. Sometimes we're not even all unanimous. But, we sometimes, have weighed special unique scenarios, and things like, okay, is it that you had to, is there certain windows that cannot be restored or repaired? Is there parts or pieces that maybe off of one facade have to be salvaged to go to other facades? Is there
I guess I
a
would like
certain
to ask.
elevation that maybe weathers differently than the others?
Yeah.
There are things that do come
Okay.
up during the course of that. And so we are flexible on working with you. Again,
Okay.
the goal of our commission is to follow the guidelines, we can't have an arbitrary opinion, but just at least one that is consistent with the guidelines. And we have to make a decision. Are we losing history? Are we preserving history? And can they truly be salvaged and rebuilt? Sometimes that is not possible. So we do recognize that not everything can be salvaged sometimes.
I have two questions, if that's okay.
Mhm.
One, the house already has been updated with certain new windows. So the precedent's already been set for this structure. Does that have any leeway in this case? The fact that it already has some of the newer windows on it?
Generally, we encourage windows to be replaced with windows that are appropriate. I don't know the specifics of the,
You can see in the
Yeah,
picture, the
what-
two bay windows, and that was
Right.
done prior to our purchasing the property,
right,
but
and it depends when also like the district was listed versus when
Right,
the windows
yeah.
may have been done. That also has an impact on our
Okay.
decision. Because sometimes modifications are made to these properties before they even became a district.
right.
So those modifications kind of squeak under the radar.
Okay.
Now, when those things are modified again later, we usually we would say, oh, go to the windows that are on the approved list. And do you have any pictures of maybe what the old windows used to look like for say mullion patterns or those kinds of things?
Yeah.
We can't make you like recreate wood windows and put them back.
Right, okay.
Those are
Yeah.
just long gone.
The second question too is, I mean, I'll certainly get a hold of the window restoration specialist, but is there a cost threshold where like, look, yeah, we could fix them, but it's going to be cost prohibitive?
You can
and-
come and make your case, though, be aware that in our guidelines, there's a section on, when it's cost prohibitive, you may
Okay.
not meet that definition.
Okay.
There's provisions in there though, that regard, whether there's a financial issue or financial hardship, but it's usually based on income. And some other things
Okay.
about keeping homeowners in homes. So I would just defer you to that section of the code. We have to follow that section of the code rather than just somebody sort of saying like, it's just doesn't make sense cost wise.
Sure. Okay.
Mhm.
I guess the one thing I'd like to say too is I do respect what you guys are trying to do.
Thank
We knew we bought a house in a historical district and we appreciated that, and there's real value in that. So it's not that I want to be argumentative or anything. I do fundamentally agree with what the goal of this committee is. So I will do my due diligence and we'll keep working on this and hopefully we can reach an agreement.
But if you do run into hardships along the way, especially after you've talked to a specialist, but we've had this come up with, say, like roofs, slate roofs, where, some slate roof specialists have still come out and said, hey, this roof is just not salvageable. But, again, we're going to want evidence and pictures, and it really truly has to be defensible in our mind to go against staff's recommendation. But if there are hardships along the way, what I would just ask you to do is just keep in touch with staff as
Okay.
you go through the process, and keep them up to date on where you're at.
Okay. All right. Well,
Just to know what would be very helpful, whichever direction you go,
mhm.
as you submit your information, which you've started doing, but as you take pictures of your house, front view, side view, if you can clearly annotate which ones are, you recommend are being, or your company recommends to save, which one goes. So we're not very confused because there are 15 windows here and it gets very confusing for us to look at it. So just mark it up on a picture, just, red line it or whatever, that makes it easy.
Okay.
And then for us, it might be that in the front view, there are 3 good windows, one needs to be changed. And if you just replace the one, it will look funny, but you might have a side window, which is old and matches the front. And so think about, how you take that old one, put it in the front. So I think there are other kind of ideas to look at as well.
Okay. All right.
And Columbus Landmarks has a directory of contractors who work on historic homes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And they even have a window restoration workshop that they offer regularly if you decide you want to do it yourself.
I did discuss that possibility with my wife
She
and
said-
I got a hard no. Because one of the neighbors has done a fabulous job with his house.
So you'd be amazed at how great they can look.
Yes, but it is a labor of love though.
Yes.
It's very time consuming and
Absolutely.
I was shot down when I suggested. So,
Thank you for coming in.
all right.
I'll make a motion to continue to February.
Wonderful. Is there,
good.
having a motion in a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstention, motion passes.
All right.
Thank you.
You mentioned continuance until February. Does that mean I need to return in February?
Just keep in touch with staff and they will
Okay.
let us know whether you're appearing or not and whether we need to continue. And so as long as you stay in contact with staff, they'll keep you on the agenda.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. Good luck.
Commissioners, do you mind informing me who seconded that? I missed the
It was
second.
Clyde.
It was Clyde. Thank you very much. Just before we continue on to the next one.
Yep. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
All right, got one
And
for
if
you.
we could go to number 2, and if you want to tell us all about it, we'll see what we can do on.
I can do that. Commissioner McCabe, of course.
See?
So this was continued last month. This is a code violation as well. This is an installation of a new black iron security door. Property was previously received a COA for extensive exterior alterations in 2019, which included, porch rehabilitation, new asphalt roof, but no door approval at that time. At the December business meeting, commission agreed with staff and would recommend installing a full light storm, would not be supportive of the current security door. If the applicant would like to use a security door, it would need to be installed on the inside of the exterior door. Staff did specify that to the applicant not to install heavy ornate metal security grill doors that were not used originally, but rather choose a storm door for simple design with full light glass section that permits viewing of the entry door, or to have the size and location of the storm door match the glass on the entry door. We recommend approval of COA 25-01309-699 Oakwood Avenue with the following condition is to remove installed its security doors and install a simple full light storm door. Manufacturer information to be submitted to HPO staff for final review and approval. Basis is standards for alteration in Columbus Register of Historic Properties, Architectural Guidelines, Screen and Storm Doors, page 66 and 67. I have not heard from the applicant, even with our initial feedback on this, so that's just context for this property.
So this recommendation for approval, though, is for them to submit a door, though, but they did not actually confirm that that was what they were willing to do.
Yes,
When's the last time they've actually been in contact?
when they submitted the application.
Which
Commissioner Gatlin.
was, I didn't look at the date, is that
I guess,
November?
yeah, probably end of November, because they were on the December hearing, so.
So
Because we've continued it once, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Since they weren't here, they were absent last month.
I feel like what we could do is continue this one more time and just let it
Mhm.
lie, because without the applicant here and them not even buying in on the recommendation about how to proceed, or even having, I mean, even at least if they communicate with you that they're okay with proceeding in that route, that's a better, at least that you have confirmation that they're okay with coming back with a product.
Yes, and if they do, technically, they can revise their application and we could staff approve if they do have,
Which would be great.
which would be great. So yeah, if they do get in communication with us, we can go that route. But we would agree continuing, and then if they don't show up next month and have not communicated, we can table after.
Do we got a motion to continue?
So moved.
Oh,
Motion,
second.
Meg is a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Okay.
Are there any items of new business or old business for this evening?
Nope. There are
Hearing
none.
none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Having a motion in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion passes. We are